Gordon.
Brendan, how would you assess that performance tonight?
Yeah, well, a game of two halves really. It was. I thought first half we were too passive in our pressing, and we were never in contention with them. And then and they're a good side. You can see that. And then they played through that pressure really well. So I thought first half they were the better team. We had moments when we came through the pitch over the halfway line and looked a threat, but I thought the pressing wasn't so good. They played through it too easy, and then with the ball we were too slow and slow in our movements and slow in taking the ball. Second half was much better. I think from the very start we spoke about it at half time. And then I thought we were the better team in the second half. Get a great goal, and they defend well. They man mark you, so you really have to work the ball and probe and get it side to side to penetrate. And we did that for the goal. Fantastic goal by Dyson. And then from then it felt like we could go on and win the game. So, but listen, a point at this level, like we've seen in Atalanta, it's so important. And I've been in enough of these games and sat here enough times to be in a game like that, and you end up losing it. So we didn't do that, and it's a great credit to the players and how they fought right to the end.
The nature of the goal you concede, is it just one of those freak incidents that you sort of got to take in the chin? You obviously don't see Cameron make many mistakes like that.
No, I think we'll look back on the goal and we should have been much quicker into position. We were too slow getting into position, and that ended up the ball then having to come back again. So we're in a good defensive position. Goes back to the keeper. We have to get into positions early. If we can do that, then we'll get through the pitch. But instead, we didn't, and then it end up, like you say, it's just one of those things. So, but our reaction, we've gone behind here twice, and at this level, which is a really high level, and we've come back and fought our way back into the game to win one and draw one. So, yeah, it was just one of them things.
A lot's been made about that 10-point mark, and obviously fans wanted to get to tonight. How encouraging is it ultimately to still have the cushion and the chance to do it the next time?
Yeah, we'd all love to get it tonight, wouldn't we? But unfortunately we're playing against a really good team, and the players take a point, and I thought they showed a great courage in the second half, because like I said, we weren't at our level in the first half, and sometimes a game like that can get away from you. But it didn't. We stayed with it, showed that determination, showed that mentality, never to quit, to keep going, and then we were much better, much freer in the second half. So we're on 8 points, 9 to play for. We can still get to very much on course to get to where we want to get to, and yeah, still 3 games to go.
What adjustments did you have to make or tell the players to make in terms of responding to what Bruges did in the first half to turn it around?
Yeah, we're just up. We pushed Dyson up higher to press on the centre half, and brought Rio back in to mark the midfield player, the controlling player, and then release our left back up to press their full back. So just swing and tilt the press a wee bit, and from that they didn't get out so much, and so that was really pleasing, and the guys take that on board, and tactically they were very good in the second half.
Obviously Cameron makes a mistake, but what did you make of his responses as well to that? Because he seemed to react pretty well. Yeah.
Well, listen, mistakes happen, and it was just unfortunate. He's played that pass a million times, and it's gone back, and then we've been able to play forward. It's just one of those unfortunate moments in the game that happen for you. But like you say, he's a really tough character. He's a great guy. He picked himself up. He was really strong and aggressive again in the game, and got on with it, and had a real bravery in the second half, because he was the one carrying the ball forward for us to start the attack.
Being a home game, did it feel like a missed opportunity to get those 3 points you might need to progress, or do you feel comfortable overall with the performance and with the games left? No,
I think clearly we would want to have played like we did against Leipzig and take 3 points, and then enjoy the performance level. But we're playing against a good team tonight, who were well organised, good technicians, and and if you waste a 45 minutes like we did in the first half, then they can punish you, which they did do. But I can only, as I said, credit the players for the second half, because we have to fight, and at this level we're still, you know, one of those teams that's really pushing to try and make a mark at this level. So to make the comeback, score the goal, play with that courage, and I was so pleased. So you want to win, but like, as I said, I've been here enough times to have lost a game like that, but we didn't. We showed a real strong mentality, and we kept pushing right to the very end, and yeah, and the players did well.
Brendan, just on the back of what you just said there, you can play stylish football, all these things can happen, but just like you said there, the way they dig in, fight, get the point, is that another major stepping stone for the team, that on nights like this they can get things out of it, and that's another big thing for them, isn't it?
Massive, Craig, and I mentioned that afterwards, that this is what building confidence at this level's about, that it's not all, you know, you won't be able to always play perfect game and have like the Leipzig game where you're so good with the ball, you're so good in your pressing, you know, at moments other things will happen in the game and you have to be able to adapt, and I mean, when it's not quite right, can you dig yourself out? And I think we see that with this team. You know, it's what, 20 games now, and we've won 16 and drawn 3 and lost 1. So it shows you the mentality is there, and especially at this level, you need to have that. So yeah, so we're very proud of them for that second half mentality. Could have been very easy to not play with the courage, continue with that pressing mentality, but they absolutely drew a line under the first half, and was much better second half.
Brendan, 5 games in, do you think this new format is also helping the players, whether there's, I don't know, a bit more freedom maybe, or leeway, or do you think there's a benefit now to this versus the old smaller groups?
I think some clubs will tell you there's not, but for me and my own personal opinion, I think there is. I think having the 8 games, playing the different opponents, different levels, I've really enjoyed it, and I think these next 3 games you get into the really exciting bit, I feel. So yeah, so certainly from our perspective, we're going to get more experience at this level, playing against the high level of opponents. And like I said, tonight was always going to be a really dangerous game, because on the back of the Leipzig and Atalanta results, people will look at Club Brugge and think it's, you know, we should definitely win that. But this is a team that's more experienced than us at this level, and you could see that in how they played. So for our guys to dig ourselves out in the second half and play the way we did, then it's all about gaining confidence at this level, and I think the format is, you know, I really like it on a personal level.
Brendan, do you think the format is creating opportunity for clubs from allegedly smaller countries, so Belgium and Scotland, for example? So it's not just being dominated by England, Germany, Spain.
Well, I think that's obviously the idea of it, to open it up, and because, like I say, you know, notoriously, you know, for the time I've been here, we've been a top 4 team, and you're playing against top sides, and especially in this modern era, that can be a real challenge. But I think tonight you've seen a really good game. One side, you know, they were better than us first half, I felt. Second half we responded really well. And it still gives both teams a chance to make through into that playoff stage. So yeah. So I think from our perspective, it's great on a number of aspects, and an opportunity is one of them.
Any more? All good. Thank you.
Cheers. Thanks, guys.